Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our virtual field trip here at the Gristmill, day 21. I can't believe that we've been doing these for 21 days already. More if you include the weekends and a couple of days that we've taken off. Now, some of you might remember when we first started doing these, one of the first things that we did on one of these virtual field trips was look at some eggs that we had just started incubating. They were in our incubator, they were being kept at the right temperature and at the right humidity level, and they were developing along fairly well. In fact, we candled those eggs and actually got to see what the developing chick inside looked like. At least a little bit, a hint of it. Well, fast forward by about a week, and we got to see those chicks hatching. And now that we're a couple of weeks in already, we now have some chicks that are already starting to get their feathers. So we decided that today's virtual field trip was going to be to visit these guys in their little brooding box. So I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see what I'm looking at, and we'll talk a little bit about what we see. First things first, though, let's just get in here and do some introductions. So here's our guys. There are 4 black ones and 2 light-colored ones, and they are all doing really, really well. You might see, it's easier to see on the light-colored ones. I'm actually going to go closer. Oh, they're a little scared of the big lumbering giant here, but if we take the camera and bring it in, as long as I don't go in, they should be okay. So what you'll notice on these chicks is that their downy feathers are already starting to be replaced with real feathers. Now, they're still not very big, and you can see they're a little nervous with me looming over them. But they're slowly turning into little baby chickens, not just chicks. And they're pretty darn adorable. So we've got this big wood box that they're in with a heat lamp at one end. They're big enough now that they can control how warm they want to be. So they'll go closer to the light when they need more heat, and they'll go to the far side when they don't. Now, of course, they also need food and water. So right here, I just refilled it. I have their waterer. Now, their water is really smart because you've got this big sealed container on top and this little dish. And you see that hole right there? That hole is where the water comes out of the container and into the dish, but it'll only go up until it covers the hole. And so as they drink it down or it evaporates, the water will come out of the big container and feed in. Now, these guys have this awful habit of kicking up lots of the shavings and things, so we have to clean it out fairly often, which I did when I refilled it this morning. But let's take this and let's put this down inside their little chamber. Now, can I do this with one hand? I think I can. There we go. So we keep everything up on the bricks here as a way of trying to keep them from fouling their water too quickly. They can lean in and drink. But now, next, we've got their food. And I've got their feeder already filled up here. Now, because they're wee little, they're not eating the full-size pellets and scraps from the kitchen quite yet. They're still on the chick starter, which is this fine stuff. But we fill the feeder with it. This feeder's actually too big for them, but that's okay. We use it anyways. It just takes them longer to get through it. And then this goes on top. And this way, they can peck in and get at the food without sending it flying, because one thing that chickens and chicks tend to do is they tend to peck, and it spreads things all around, and we don't want that. So this helps hold it in. So we're just going to close it up here with the little spots. We'll do that for all of those. There we go. We're going to take this and we're going to put it in on the bricks. Now, these guys aren't particularly interested in the moment because there's much more exciting things happening. If I don't move for a little bit and all that, they'll start to check things out. Oh, they are ready for some food. So there they are, each picking their holes. When one does it, they all do it. And here, since I have a microphone on, I'm going to take my mic, unclip it from myself, and see if we can get some better sound from these guys. can hear it. Maybe give me a quick thumbs up if you can hear them chirping away. So no thumbs up, you can't really hear them? All right. Now, one thing that we really want to do with these chicks is we do want to get them used to people. So the way that we do that is we do bring them out as relaxed as we can, give them a few minutes of cuddle time, so they get used to the idea of my voice, so they get used to the idea of me, and that way, hopefully, as they get older, they'll actually be bonded to me or to anybody else that's working with them, and they won't run away scared. Because especially when you have a lot of chickens all in one place, and they get it all in a fluster and go a little crazy, they can actually hurt each other in the mad panic. So I'll let these guys eat for just a minute more, and then we'll carefully grab one. They're squeaking like a chew toy right now. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Might be hard to hear because I'm wearing the microphone instead of having it all the way down there. So I'm going to adjust myself here. Well, they didn't like that. I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to put it down here, and we're going to see if any of them are brave enough to come and say hello. Maybe if I wiggle my fingers. They're too small to do any damage yet. But see? They're so adjusted to the new normal, they're not even paying me much attention. Maybe I can sneak a little closer. Yeah. And... oh, you noticed, didn't you? Yeah. So I'm going to pick one. This guy right here. And let's bring him up and say hello. Well, hello. How are you today? You're in that wonderful awkward stage, aren't you? I know. Here. Let me grab you differently. It's hard to do this with one hand. Usually we do it with two. So these guys all are going to have feathery feet, as you can see. And some of their other feathers are just starting to come out now. Oh, stop it. It's okay. Do you have something you would like to say? You can see where their ears are. You can see their nostrils on their beak. Yeah, they've lost that little tooth at the end of their beak, which is where which they used to get out of their eggs a long time ago. I know. Do you want to see your buddies? They're way down there. How's that? Okay, we'll let you go back down. Yeah. We don't want this to be too traumatizing for them. We just want them to get used to me. So, yeah, they're pretty busy. Pretty excited. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about is this is not the end of the chickens that we're going to have this year. We actually have more eggs in the incubator right now. Quite a few more, actually. And on top of that, we don't just have baby chicks coming. Hopefully, in about 2 weeks, we're going to have baby ducks. We've got some duck eggs from a neighbor, and we're hatching those out. Now, the trick about duck eggs is they don't like exactly the same conditions that chicken eggs like. Chicken eggs like a particular temperature and a particular humidity, and ducks like something a little bit different. Now, because I only have one incubator, I'm putting them all together, which means picking a temperature and humidity that's somewhere in between. So, some of the eggs might not like it and they might not hatch on both sides, but hopefully the average is going to do fine for most of them. So I'm pretty excited about those, and as soon as we have baby ducklings, you can rest assured we're going to be doing a video right away. So let's just take one more look here at these guys and admire them here in their box. How are you guys all doing? Feeling good? Yeah, they're pretty adorable, aren't they? And they're going to do us lots of good. They help keep the bugs down. We do let them range fairly freely. They always come home to roost for the night, so we let them back in their coop and close them up for the night to keep them safe from predators and things like that. But during the day, they can get out into the gardens a little bit. Now, we do have to be careful with the chickens because chickens can be pretty destructive when they're scratching. The ducks, on the other hand, they're Indian runner ducks, which are adorable. They stand straight up. They look like a bottle of wine with feet and with a beak, just the way that they stand. And they are incredible for insect control, and they don't bug your plants. These guys do scratch around. Do I want peacocks? Oh, heck no. They're beautiful, they're wonderful, and that screeching drives me nuts. So thank you, but no thank you. I mean, have the feathers would be amazing, things like that, but no. We're not going to take any geese. Geese are just jerks. They're meanies. We're not gonna take peacocks. Turkeys, I wouldn't mind a couple of turkey babies. They're a little bit hard to hatch. I wouldn't want to do that myself. But yeah, if somebody's got turkey poults, little baby turkeys, we'd be interested in adding 1 or 2 of them to the flock. They actually are pretty wonderful. Oh, see, they're all getting comfortable, so they're all laying down now, all cuddling together and enjoying their time under the heat lamp. So yeah, that's a little update on our chicks that we're raising. I can't believe that we're already at the end of the week, that it's Friday already. So we're going to take the weekend off. Now next week, it's going to be a little bit different because there are 2 days that we're not even going to be here. We're actually going to be on Tuesday driving through the Okanagan. And on Thursday, we're going to be driving down to the Lower Mainland. Both of those are to do deliveries for our pantry share and for anybody else that buys anything off of our website, rather than paying shipping for expensive things like canning and stuff like that. We're actually going to be doing deliveries those 2 days. So if you are interested in supporting us, you can go on our website into the online store and pick some items. And then we will bring them right to your door if you live in the Okanagan, the Similkameen, or in the Lower Mainland next week sometime. Now, I should tell you that we do have a couple of treats on our online store right at the moment. We have a handful of Zucca plants. We started more than we needed in our greenhouse, and it's time to move them to a new home. So if you're interested in growing an epically large gourd, you might be interested in a Zucca. Zuccas are massive, massive, massive. Each gourd can be anywhere from 50 to 120 pounds. You need a ton of space for them. They'll vine out 20 feet in every direction if you let them. They require a lot of feeding and a lot of watering, but they're really cool plants to have. So if you're interested in buying one of those, we do have a handful of them on our website, and you can order one of those and we'll bring it to you. And then the other thing, because it's so popular right now, and because of course we've got it, because we're a flour mill, we also happen to have some sourdough culture ready to go that we can jar up for you. Or if you live too far away, we can always dry it out and send it in an envelope that way. And then you rehydrate it and give it a couple of days and it comes back to life. So anyways, those are a couple of things in addition to the canning that we have on our website. So thank you so much for checking in with us today. I'll leave you with just a little more video of these guys, and then I think we'll call it a morning. So there they are. Maybe we'll get a little bit closer. Slowly move in. Don't want to stress them out, but there we go. All right, there's our beautiful chicks. They're doing really well. And we will see you guys again on Monday. So thank you so much for watching. Please spread the word about us. Buy a season's pass if you can afford it. Just because it helps pay the bills, helps pay for these videos. And we look forward to seeing you next week. So bye-bye for now.